Welcome to Everywhere West Model Painting. I'm Sean, and today we are at the Hiawatha lines. I posted a video about this before. Today we thought we'd talk to the owner of the layout and let her tell you about her layout. Yep. Everybody, this is Deb Fifield. This is her layout, the Hiawatha lines, and why don't you tell us about it today?
Well, this is based on my hometown of Winona, Minnesota. It's not buildings and so forth are not a copy. It's just a loose representation, but it shows the interaction of the 5 railroads that were in my hometown, which was the Green Bay and Western, the Chicago Northwestern, Chicago Great Western, the Burlington, and the Milwaukee Road.
Cool. Is there a year in particular you model, or just kind of?
Some loosely in the mid-60s.
Okay. How big is this layout?
The building is 16 by 30 feet. It fills most of the building.
Cool. I noticed on the way in here that this kind of has a special feature to this layout, and your solar panels out there.
Oh.
Those that are into the renewable energies, how about tell us a little bit about that and how that plays into your railroad here?
Well, we didn't think about the railroad when we put that in, but when the sun is shining, the railroad is running on solar power. So
how cool is that? So I just wanted to make a little mention of that. Any specialty scenes that's probably your favorite that you've done here so far?
Well, down in the end over here, this is pretty much a copy of how it looked where the Chicago Northwestern came under itself. Mm-hmm. The train on top was the track going across the Mississippi River, and then it curved and went into the depot, and the track below was the switching track that came into the industries from the yard. Mm-hmm. So that's, and right here I've got one. The buildings aren't exactly right, but this is how I worked at a hardware store in this location when I was a kid. And this is the Burlington Depot, which was right across the street.
Okay.
Is basically based on where I worked when I was in junior high and high school. There was a hardware store there. It wasn't River City Hardware, it was Artie Cohn Hardware. And this was the Burlington Depot right across the street here, and their freight house. And so that's what this little scene is based on.
We look at this today. I've been out here several times switching. This is not the first railroad that's been in here, or the first version of this railroad.
Well, no. The first version was based on a larger area. It went from St. Paul, Minnesota to La Crosse, Wisconsin. And it had more towns instead of just one town. And then, after 10 years, I got tired of crawling under the bench work to clean track and stuff, so tore it out and I built a narrow gauge HON3 layout and it was all based on the Colorado area around Chama, New Mexico, and we ran it for 10 years. And then I'm blind in one eye and I had trouble seeing the sergeant couplers to line them up to couple. So I took it out and I dabbled in SN3 for a very short time, and I couldn't get ready-made switches, and I didn't feel like laying hand-laid track again, so I switched back to HO, and this is the result.
Cool, very impressive layout. I guess we want to take a train around, and
we can.
We'll kind of tell us about the scene as we go along.
This is the scene I was telling you about where the Northwestern crossed over itself The Great Western also used this track.
Mm-hmm.
And this train now is headed to its part of the railroad, which is way around to the other end.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to make sure we got switches lined. I'll go down and walk it front.
What's a big train on this layout?
You're looking at it right there. That's 11 cars.
11 cars.
And that's, this train here ran 60, mostly from the Swift packing house in Winona.
Mm-hmm.
It went to back up to Randolph, Minnesota, and connect with Great Western's main line, and I think the cars were then forwarded down to probably Oberlin, Nebraska, or Oberlin, Iowa, for forwarding on to the destinations.
Cool.
And we'll stop it there. We can show it coming out of the trees in there. Here we see it pulling into the Swift complex. It pulls down to the other end of the yard, and it ties up, and then the switch engine will come out and work the train. Switch engine.
What type of operation is your layout? Is it DC or DCC?
DCC.
What kind of DCC system do you use?
I use Easy DCC.
Okay.
And I use GMRI for calculating. That's the manifest for that train.
Cool. This is the same kind of JMRI as what I'm looking at when I build up my...
And this is the manifest to bring it into town. This is the pool manifest for the industry. There's a whole set of paperwork here that'll take you all the way through the operation of this complex back to Randolph, Minnesota.
Gotcha.
This is something I've come up with for my operators, is hooking the wheels at eye level.
Right.
And we really like it.
I know when I switch over here on the Milwaukee side, it's kind of, I like having that up there.
Up there, yeah, it's handy. So what this guy is going to do is he's going to pull all the cars that go outbound. This particular Swift plant was a very small operation. It was just a couple of cars a day, I think.
Is this modeled after a real place then?
Yeah. Not, the building is not right, but it's modeled after the
Gotcha.
actual location.
Something I was noticing when I walked in here was the blue flag stands.
There's blue flags and there's also derails in places.
Working derails,
Working derails, yeah.
as I was told. It's probably one of my favorite parts of this railroad to switch is this, I call it the Milwaukee side. What is the name of this side over here?
That's just the Milwaukee yard.
It's probably my favorite to switch.
Well, it's a big job. The local switch handles about 30 cars.
This
So,
is the
It's a
service facility.
It's a big job. Okay, down here. Here's the blue flag.
Okay.
When you switch it, you gotta take the blue flag off.
Okay.
There's one here, and there's another one on this track.
Are they just pins that sit in?
There are industries all up and down this little line.
Yeah, the U-shaped thing.
Okay.
Okay. This.
And this is a busy job,
Derail.
but it's one of the most fun because you're constantly switching and moving. And you got to work with trains coming in, dropping off stuff. You'll be out here in the middle of the yard switching, and you got to figure out how to get them into the yard, and you get around what you're doing, and get them back out of the yard. It's a fun job. So we got everybody here. This Fred Mark Hoffman,
Paul Jacobson.
Paul Jacobson, Micah. Welcome. This is the switch crew for today, so I'm going to kind of float around here and video what they're doing, and we'll get on with it. So for you, I've done some custom paint work. You want to show that to us?
Yes. This Alco alligator here is one of Sean's paint jobs. And my paint job, until you look at it close, it looks just like a Milwaukee engine almost. That's what it's based on. The only thing that gives it away is the big Hiawatha lines. The hero says Hiawatha lines, but it's so small you don't notice the big name on the side. That's how I paint my engines. Here's a Hiawatha Lines caboose.
Which is here, I guess. And we are going to set out
Sorry about the helicopter
this
look.
stuff right now on a whole bunch of different ones, okay? To switch
Handhold
to
is a little obnoxious.
Yeah. So, 891.
Do you